Okay, so what is the quadratic formula? Square root. Alright, so all we had to do for our bell ringer today is to set it up using the quadratic formula. That's all I said was to set it up. Alright, so what is our A value? What's our B value? Negative 11. And what's our C value? Alright, so we're going to plug in A, B, and C for A, B, and C into this formula. So we have X equals, what's negative 1? 11 plus or minus the square root of 11 squared, sorry, negative 11 squared, minus 4 times 2 times negative 121 all over, oops, 2 times 2. Okay, so that's set up. Now, together as a class, let's go through and solve it. Okay? Alright, so first thing I want to do is simplify what's inside square root.
Students, I need to make sure if you are in advanced men choir, you must be in choir room dressed and ready to sing. All advanced men choir, you must be in the choir room at this time, dressed and ready to sing. Thank you.
Alright, so what is negative 11 squared? 121. And we have minus, what's 4 times 2? 8 times negative 121. 968. So we have 121 plus 968. So what's 121 plus 968? 1089. All over 4. Okay. So someone put square root of 1089 in your calculator. Do we get
33?
It's exactly 33. So we have 11 plus or minus 33 over 4. Now this is where we break off into our two different answers, right? Okay, what's 11 plus 33? 44 over 4. So there's one x-intercept. What's 11 minus? Okay, so what's negative 22 divided by 4? Negative 5.5. I'm going to do this real quick. So it's a little... There's our second intercept. Well, you can have two positive answers here. It's just you have your positive square root and your negative square root. Yeah. Alright. Are we good on that? We're just going to do more and more practice today until we're comfortable with it. Okay, and I'm going to record as much as I can so that you can have this practice to look back later. Okay? So, I'm going to get out that worksheet from yesterday. We're going to start on number 4. As y'all are getting that out, today we are finding x-intercepts or solutions or roots of a quadratic using the quadratic formula and explaining our work. Okay. Alright. So everyone has their paper, their pencil, their calculator ready to go. Alright. So, I'm going to write quadratic formula up here in the corner just so I remember what I'm going off of. Negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, is this in standard form and set equal to 0? Yes, so I can begin. Alright, what's my a value? 4. What's my b value? What's my c value? Very good. Alright, so I'm going to start plugging these numbers in. Negative b, so negative 10 is 10 plus or minus the square root of negative 10 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 84 all over 2 times 4. Okay guys, what I want you to do, in your calculator, type everything underneath the square root exactly as you see it written up there. So I'm going to say open parentheses, negative 10, close parentheses, squared, minus 4, open parentheses, 4, close parentheses, open parentheses, negative 84, close parentheses. And that's going to give me everything underneath my square root with minimal effort. Alright, what'd y'all get? 38? I'll say, make sure that you put your values in parentheses. The values that you plugged in need to be in parentheses. So when you did this, it should be 10 plus or minus the square root of 1,444 all over 8. And we can double check this. This would be 100. And then 16 times 84 is 1,344. So together, 1,444. All right, just for practice, I'm going to take 1,444 off to the side here and see its factors, just like we did yesterday. What can go into 1,444? 3? Not 3? 2? 2 and what? 722. Can 2 break down anymore? No. So let's break down 722. What does 722 break down into? 12? No, not evenly. What's the number that goes into 722? 2? How many times? 361? So I have a 2, I have a 2. Can I break down 361? Look at that. It's not prime. So that breaks down to 19 and 19. Okay. Alright, so do I have any pairs?
Yes.
What pairs do I have? A pair of 2s and a pair of 19s. Do I have any singles then? Okay, so there's no singles to stay inside the square root. So what does that simplify to? You'd have 2 times 19, which is 38. And if you put the square root of 1,444 in your calculator, you would get 38. Alright, what is, because now we're ready to go into our two directions. So we're going to say 10 plus 38 over 8. What's 10 plus 38? 48 divided by 8. Very good. There's one x-intercept. What's 10 minus 38? Negative 28 divided by 8. Negative 3.5. There are two intercepts. Very good. Okay, yeah, I'll let y'all do the next one on your own. Try the next one on your own, then we'll come together. So this is working on number 6. X squared plus 6x equals 14. Is this in standard form and equal to 0? So I have to say x squared plus 6x minus 14 equals 0, right? I had to subtract that 14 over. What's my a value? What's my b value? And what's my c value? There you go. So, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So negative b, negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 14 all over 2 times 1. Alright, so I'm going to type 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 14 into my calculator. What do I get? 92. So negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 92 over 2. Okay, let's break down 92. What goes into 92?
2 and 46.
2 and 46. 2 can't go any further. Let's break down 46. 2 and 23. Can I break down 23?
Nope.
Do I have any pairs?
Yep.
Alright, so the pair goes out, the single stays in. Okay, so that's negative 6 plus or minus 2 square roots of 23 divided by 2. Can I simplify that further?
I don't think so.
Can't you divide 6 by 2 and 2 by 2? So negative 6 divided by 2 is what? Negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 23. So negative 3 plus the square root of 23 would be one answer, and negative 3 minus the square root of 23 would be your other answer.